So I was out of deodorant this morning. I had to buy some at the gas station. It smells like liquid soap in a bathroom. It's not good. Like, I don't have a screen that flips around, so I can't really see myself.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if it's pointing at you right now or if it's pointing at me.
I know, right?
So.
Yeah. Stop.
I don't even know what this panel is for.
I don't know either.
Something to do with interior design.
Yeah, it's mandatory. That's why we're here.
I guess, SCAD has some agreement with the guy. Like, we have to show up to make him feel better, Like, because we barely know what this about, right?
Yeah, I have no idea what it is. I just found out it was mandatory today, too.
Yeah.
And I skated over here. I'm not going to pay $10 to park.
Exactly. We were going to walk here, but another shadow showed up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been super busy today. Had a field trip and a lecture. Now I'm headed back from Midtown, and it's starting to rain. I would have driven to the lecture. It's a pretty far walk, but I'm not paying $10 to park. That's ridiculous. So instead I ride a skateboard. I'll get there really sweaty and gross, but See these condos behind me? That was my field trip today. This top one behind my head just sold for $4.3 million.
So instead of like this typical condominium building that you guys are used to, where there's a so this will be the kitchen. It's basically an L-shaped kitchen with what I call refrigeration on that wall. So those are freezers and refrigerators, and then the sort of cooking on this wall. So this will be the ovens and the cooktop and the vent hood, and then there's a kitchen island that sits here. So what you see now are all the services roughed in. This is where the elevator is that goes up to the roof. And then off of the kitchen is like a keeping room or a little family room. And then all of the homes have these outdoor terraces, that have like little outdoor kitchens. So it's pretty nice. Yeah, it's pretty fantastic out there, frankly.
So since I didn't really explain what I'm doing here, I'll just delve over it. I'm sure most of you know me personally, but I'm going to speak generally for a minute. Right now, I'm living in Atlanta, Georgia, in college at Savannah College of Art and Design, majoring in interior design and minoring in photography. What you're watching me do right now is make models out of foam core. If you're planning on going to art school, especially for something like interior design or architecture or something like that, you'll be making lots and lots of models. Just about every week, you're going to make models. Foam core is not super expensive, but it can get that way. That's kind of the thing about art schools. You don't have to buy a whole lot of books. Like a lot of other universities that complain that books are $200-$300 a piece, or even $100 a piece, and that's not really the case here. I mean, we have books textbooks that we are required to have, but most of the expenses are materials. So like this foam core board right here may be $3 a sheet for the 32 by 40, but you have to have the X-Acto knife to cut it, and you have to have a metal ruler to cut with, and a self-healing cutting mat. This box right here, the black and yellow box you see on the left, is a tool storage bin that I got from Home Depot or something, that's so much cheaper than an actual artist's art bin. But anyway, yeah, it's it's something that you're going to have to do. You're going to have to make models. But other than that, school is going great. I call it the worst fun I've ever had, but it's definitely the hardest schooling I've ever had, and it's very, very time consuming. That's what I tell everybody when they ask me how it's going. Before, like I did junior college classes before, and it wasn't that time consuming. I mean, it was kind of difficult, but I mean, with other universities, other colleges, you can kind of bullshit a paper in an hour the night before. But if you have a project, you have to have something that's you're doing. You can't do that in an hour. And if you do, it shows, and you're going to get a terrible grade for it. So just don't even try it. And that's really why these videos are so infrequent. But I'm at school Monday through Thursday, just about all day. I get here about 8 a.m. I have, depending on the day, I have class from, we'll say 8 to about 4. And then I go home and I'll eat, take a nap, and I'll come back around 8 and stay till about midnight, 1 o'clock, something like that. It's 12:15 now and I'm still here. But then I'll go back home, sleep, and do it again the next day. And I don't do that necessarily every single day. It just really depends on what I'm doing. And then usually on Fridays I go back home to Birmingham and spend time with my family. Although I'm still pretty busy when I'm there too, trying to help someone with a project or doing a photo shoot, working on homework for school, working on the vlog, just whatever. I've just been really, really busy lately. This quarter's almost over though. I have about a 2-week break and then back for the summer quarter. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch these, especially if you're still watching. I don't lead a super interesting life, but obviously you care about me and have an interest in it, and that really means something to me, and I really do appreciate it. If you don't know me personally, or do, and have a question for me, or want to know more about what I'm doing in school, something like that, leave a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.